My child, listen to me. Do not hurry past these words or scroll away with a tired heart. This is for you, and it is about the house where you are living now, the place where your breath settles and your thoughts take their shoes off. Do not try to skip this. I am speaking to you because I have set my eye upon your doorway and I have weighed every footstep that has entered and left, and I care for what you call home. I desire your peace to stretch from the threshold to the farthest corner and return like a tide that cleans and comforts, and I will not let confusion claim what I have given you. You have walked through many rooms of your life with your shoulders raised as if expecting an unseen weight, but here, in this house, I am lowering that burden. I am sanctifying your space with the quiet strength that cannot be imitated. Hear me, very soon a woman will come near your dwelling. She will stand close to your threshold, maybe at your gate, maybe beneath your balcony, maybe with a message that asks for entry into your hours, your conversations, your privacy. Her approach will not be an accident, it will be timed. Her voice may carry sweetness, her words may wear the clothing of concern, her eyes may pretend to recognize you from a distance you cannot place. She may speak in the language of favors or in the language of emergencies. She may come as a helper or a guest, but her first request is access, and access is the seed of influence. I am not sending you this to make you afraid, I am guiding you so you will remain awake. You have asked me for discernment, and discernment is not a panic but a lamp. I am giving you a lamp for your threshold. Understand the times. Doors close and doors open, and wisdom is to know which hinges to oil and which latch to hold. In these coming days, be slow to surrender your keys, keys of attention, keys of heartfelt secrets, keys of money, keys of schedule, keys of names and plans. Keep them in my hand. I will tell you which ones to share. This woman will test your boundaries, but the test is not about her, it is about you. I am teaching you how to guard what I have entrusted to you without becoming a fortress of fear. I am teaching you the art of a bright no that protects the warmth of your yes. She may speak about what you love, your work, your family, your dreams, as if she has walked with you longer than a day. She may offer shortcuts. She may hold out an apology that bends strangely toward blame. If you feel a tug inside your chest that is not peace but performance, pause. Step back into the center of your room where I wait with you. My peace will never rush you like a crowd, and my voice will not demand that you prove your kindness by disobeying your wisdom. I have seen the history of your house. I saw the night you pressed your forehead to the wall and asked me to make sense of the things that cracked like glass over your plans. I saw the morning you opened the curtains and felt nothing but heavy air, and you wondered if the light had forgotten your address. I did not forget. I wrote your address on my hand the day you moved in, every number, every turn, every landmark, so that in the quiet hours when you worry that you live too hidden, heaven knows exactly how to arrive. Angels have stood in your hallways while you slept. They have turned back things you never saw. You were not abandoned to the claws of old patterns or the appetites of those who misunderstood your silence. This is a house of learning now. Each room is a classroom, and today I seat you in the lesson of thresholds. A threshold is where inside meets outside, where welcome meets guard, where promise meets possibility. You are not wrong to be kind, you are only invited to be grounded. Place your feet on the floor and feel the steadiness I am giving you. It will help you recognize the tremor of a wrong invitation. When the knock comes, you will already know whether to open wide, open slightly, or speak through the door with the clarity of one who has nothing to hide and nothing to give away that I have not asked you to give. Before she comes, do these things with me. Walk your house slowly. Touch the top of the door frames and whisper peace. Open the windows for a little while and let stale regrets leave with the dust. Wipe the mirror and look gently at the one who looks back at you. You are not naive, you are tender, and your tenderness grew while you fought to survive. Bring a bowl of clean water and set it where you can see it, not as a ritual of fear but as a reminder of clarity. Drink from it and say, I choose clear choices. Gather papers that do not belong in the open, store them. Gather memories that do not belong in this season, release them. You are making room for a stronger calm. Do not ignore small signs. In the days ahead, you may notice a message that asks for your time in a way that feels urgent but undefined. You may hear your name in a corridor where you stand alone and think, why does that sound like a pull? You may receive flattery that tastes like sugar without bread. You may be told you owe help because you were once helped. You may be reminded of a debt you do not own. When you meet these signs, breathe. You owe no explanation for protecting what I have placed in your care. Speak simply, without apology. Truth does not need to shout to be heard. If she speaks of crisis, remember, compassion does not require access to your private rooms. You can help at the gate. You can meet outside. You can share water without sharing the map to your safes. You can send a resource without sending your stillness. I will show you the difference between mercy and manipulation. Mercy flows from strength and chooses, manipulation drains your strength and demands. If your chest tightens and your words race, step back. Sit. Drink. Call a voice you trust. Call on me. I will answer you in your ribs with a soft certainty that says, hold your ground. I am repairing your relationship with the word no. It has scared you because you thought no makes you unlike me. But I say no to what harms my children. I say no to what steals their sleep. I say no to the lie that love must always open the door. I say no so that love can be true when I say yes. Your no is not a wall, it is a fence with a gate that opens at the right time for the right reason. Practice with me. Whisper it here in this room, no, not today. Feel how the air does not collapse, how the ceiling does not fall, how the ground does not break. Hear how your heart, surprised, begins to trust you again. I know the woman who is coming. I know her story, her hunger, her habits. Do not hate her. If you open at all, open the door of prayer for her and keep your threshold clean. You are not a rescue ladder for every roof on fire, and you are not a stage for unfinished performances. If she comes with gossip, let the syllables drop at your feet, uncollected. If she comes with gifts that carry invisible strings, do not tie yourself to them. If she comes as a mirror to draw your gaze into old wounds, remember that I have sealed them with a tenderness she cannot counterfeit. You do not have to show her your scars to be kind. You have asked me for a sign, and I answer like this. You will notice something small on the day she arrives that repeats itself twice, a phrase repeated in two different mouths, a number that emerges once on a screen and once on a receipt, a color that appears in her clothing and in something you picked up absent-mindedly. When you recognize the repeat, do not rush, let it confirm your readiness. Say within yourself, my steps are ordered. Then proceed with the caution of peace, not the panic of fear. The sign is not to alarm you, it is to remind you that I am here and I am precise. I am also preparing a second arrival. After the first woman, a different woman will approach, not on the same day, but near enough that you will remember these words. Her presence will be light the way morning is light. She will not push for entry, and you may even have to invite her twice because she respects spaces that are not hers. She will not flatter you, she will notice you. Her questions will be clear, not curved. Her laughter will not echo with hunger. Where the first stands and pulls, the second will stand and bless. Keep room for the second, for she carries a portion of balm for this season, knowledge you need, a network you were missing, an introduction that does not consume you to include you. You will know her by the ease with which you can breathe near her. But between the two, your thermostat is changing. You are learning to set the temperature in your own house. No more boiling because someone else is cold, no more freezing because someone else burns with impatience. Stand in your doorway some evening, just as the sky changes, and declare with me, this house is for peace. This house is for clarity. This house is for honest laughter and unhurried meals. This house is for rest that makes me brave. Say it until your walls remember. Say it until your floorboards hum with a new sound. There are practical things too, and I will not neglect them. Check your locks not out of dread but stewardship. Organize your documents because order is a language that repels confusion. Keep a small record of money given and money received so generosity does not become a fog. Delete numbers that are snares, not nets. Place a small light near the entrance so that even at night your threshold is visible and you do not trip over shadows you could have seen. Choose a chair that will be your listening chair. When you sit there, your phone is not in your hand, and you listen to your breathing, to your body, to me. From that chair I will counsel you. From that chair I will pour wisdom into your simple daily choices. From that chair you will learn the difference between an interruption and an invitation. I have guarded you in 10,000 ways you never noticed, and I will guard you again. But understand this: protection is not only what I keep out, protection is also what I keep in. I am keeping your joy in. I am keeping your dignity in. I am keeping the laughter that returns to you slowly in the evenings. I am keeping your curiosity, your creativity, your keen, bright, powerful sight. Do not lend these easily, do not rent them to the nearest request. Give them as offerings when I tell you, here, now, with this person, for this reason. Your house is more than walls. It is a geography where certain promises have an address. In this geography, you will write, you will rest, you will plan, you will play. I will teach you how to end your days without dragging them into your bed. I will teach you how to begin your mornings without inviting yesterday's storm to breakfast. I will teach you how to welcome friends who speak life and how to bless those who cannot, as they pass by. I am reweaving the boundary lines around you so they are soft to the touch but strong against the push. If someone says you have changed, smile. What they feel is the presence of me in the way you now protect what I have entrusted. When the woman arrives and speaks, do not forget to listen to what your body says while she is talking. Your body has been my witness. When your jaw tightens, observe it. When your shoulders rise, steady them. When your stomach knots, honor it. These are small bells I placed in you. They ring softly when something is wrong, not to embarrass you but to keep you safe. Excuse yourself if you must. Make tea for yourself, not as a performance, but as a way to slow the scene. You can step outside to breathe. You can say, I will think about this and get back to you. You can end a visit earlier than expected. You can choose not to make a promise standing up that your sitting self will have to break. If she reaches for your sympathy with stories that make you feel responsible for the parts of her life only I can carry, return the burden to me. You do not have the hands for every load, but I do. Pray a quiet prayer. Bless her without binding yourself to her storms. If she frowns, release her reaction to the wind. You are not made to be managed by moods. Your kindness is not a coin to spend for acceptance. Your hospitality is not a spotlight shining on your worth. It is a river that flows because you are rooted in me, and rivers do not move backward because a single hand tries to redirect them. There is also the matter of your memories. Some of them still live in the corners of this house. They appear when you pass a particular shelf or when you catch a certain smell in the kitchen. You thought these were small, but they tug at your decisions. I am touching those corners now. Make time to sort what belongs and what belongs elsewhere. You will find old letters, old photos, old agreements with sadness that you do not owe your future. As you place them in a box for release, speak softly to yourself. Tell your heart, we are safe. We are allowed to choose new. This is how you meet the woman from a place of completion, not longing. I am not warning you because I expect you to fail, I am preparing you because I expect you to shine. I expect you to answer the knock with eyes that have learned to see. I expect you to remember that my presence in your living room is not a feeling but a fact. Even on days when emotion runs thin, I remain. Even when the sky is low, I remain. Even if her words come rehearsed, I remain. My remaining is your strength. The wise become simple when they are held, the simple become wise when they listen to the one who holds them. You have felt that you must justify your caution by telling your whole history to anyone who asks for a piece of you. You do not. You owe no confession to a stranger for the privilege of protecting yourself. When you speak, let your words be few and clear. Practicing clarity is practicing love, love for me, love for you, and even love for the other, because clarity removes the temptation to manipulate. Where there is clarity, either the truth can walk forward or the pretense will walk away. Let both be options. I place a guard at your door tonight, one unseen to your eyes but not to your spirit. He stands with a calm that blunts the edge of intrusion. He will not frighten you, he will quiet you. If you awaken in the night with that old quick pulse, breathe my name and touch the wall. Say, this is my Father's house. Your pulse will slow. You will sleep again. By morning, you will sense that the air itself has been combed straight. As you prepare, you will also notice new beauty surfacing in your space. A corner becomes a reading place. A shelf becomes a small altar of gratitude where you place a leaf you found on a walk, a photo that shows a smile that is real, a note you wrote yourself when you survived that thing you thought you wouldn't. Beauty is not vanity, it is strategy. It tells your nervous system you are home. It tells your threshold that entry here requires gentleness. It tells your friends that laughter is welcome and your enemies that disguises are not. Let me speak clearly now, because I know you hoped for specifics. The woman who approaches may be familiar by name but not by heart. She may have stood with you once and then stepped away when the wind changed. She may be new, bearing someone else's story as if it were her own, using association as a passport. She may come through a neighbor, through a shared contact, through a request for help that becomes a request for more. Do not be surprised if she knows small details about your life. Bits of truth often ride on the surface of untrue intentions. Facts are not the same as trust. Trust is earned across time with actions that do not collapse under pressure. If you sense danger, leave the room with grace. Call someone you trust to stand with you. Meet in a public place if you must continue the conversation. Guard your passwords. Guard the simplest clues to your routine. Do not sign, do not lend, do not co-sign your energy to arrangements you did not pray through. This is not stinginess, this is stewardship. I am not withholding blessings from you. I am guiding blessings to you by keeping open the paths that matter and closing those that return to sorrow. After the first woman leaves, open your windows again. Let the air move. Walk from room to room and call everything by its name. This is my desk, this is my bed, this is my table, this is my door, this is my heart. Naming is authority. When you name the ordinary, you invite order into your days. When order is present, the devourer finds no feast. He touches the latch and finds it firm. He looks at the windows and finds them bright. He watches your routine and calls you boring, because your peace has left him without angles. Let him be bored. You are building something more interesting than drama. You are building a life. When the second woman comes, a sister of season, open. You will still test and watch, and that is good. But you will feel the difference. The conversation will not bend you toward proving yourself. The plans you discuss will not cross your boundaries as payment for companionship. You will feel your creativity grow in her presence, not shrink to fit. In time, I will use this connection to reintroduce you to the kind of community that is healthy for your soul. You are not meant to be alone forever, you are meant to be wisely surrounded. I do not lead you into isolation, I lead you into protection so that you can be safely in the world I love. Tonight, place your hand on the main door. Speak these words with me, no agreement with fear lives here. No counterfeit opportunity lives here. No rushed promise lives here. No false mercy lives here. Only truth enters. Only peace remains. Only love that honors the image of God in me, in others, in this address, may sit down. Your door will remember. Your future will begin to change because your threshold is learning its song. You have waited long for this kind of instruction, and perhaps you feel the delay decided your value. It did not. Delay has taught you to appreciate subtlety, to read rooms, to rest when the crowd rushes, to see the slight curve of a sentence where a straight line belongs. These are not curses, these are crafts. Now the craft becomes protection, and protection becomes the platform for your next brave act. Yes, I said brave. You are braver than you know, not because you crush enemies but because you guard tenderness like an ember you refuse to let go dark. I have watched you cup that ember against storm after storm, and I am proud. In the days after this message, you will notice that your desire to please quiets. It will not vanish, it will find its right place. You will notice that you interrupt yourself less to explain. You will notice that you need fewer words. You will notice that you make tea more often and that the simple act of boiling water becomes prayer. You will notice that the hallway feels longer in a good way, as if it is finally big enough to hold the coming laughter. That is not imagination, that is me stretching your sense of safety to fit your destiny. If old voices return to tell you you're being dramatic, breathe. Drama is the hunger of those who cannot sit with themselves. You are learning to sit with yourself, and this is the end of so many detours. The door knocks, and you do not jump. The phone rings, and you do not rush. The offer comes, and you do not agree before you know the cost. This is maturity with a soft face. This is strength that keeps its hands open but does not let its bones be hollowed. I place my blessing on this house again. On the lintel, on the hinge, on the lock, on the rug, on the chair where you read, on the corner where you stretch and breathe, on the shelf where you keep small joys for rainy days, on the window that frames the nearest tree, on the floor that remembers your dancing on good mornings and your pacing on hard nights. I bless the cupboard so food multiplies to meet quiet generosity. I bless the bed so sleep finds you kindly and dreams teach you gently. I bless the sink so water washes more than plates, it washes your shoulders from the day. I bless the doorbell so interruptions become opportunities only when I say so, and otherwise pass you by like a wave that never reaches shore. Very soon, the woman will come. You are ready. Not because you know her, but because you know me. You will see her at your threshold and you will not forget these words. If I nudge you to keep the conversation short, you will. If I nudge you to give a resource without granting access, you will. If I nudge you to say no, you will, and the sky will not fall. If I nudge you to say yes within limits, you will, and those limits will hold. And when she leaves, you will stand in the quiet and feel it, a steadying. A warmth that is not performance but presence. That is me, and that is victory. Do not try to skip this. Keep it. Read it again in the morning when the sun is kinder to your eyes. Read it again in the evening when the lights make your room small and sweet. Each time you will find a new sentence waiting, like a note tucked into a familiar pocket. I wrote them for you. I am here, in your house, in your hours, in your heart. Your threshold is my lesson today, and your peace is my promise. Walk in it. Guard it. Share it only as I lead. Very soon, the test will pass, and you will remain more whole, more quiet, more sure, and your house will breathe with you, full of a future that can finally find you.